I'm Brian Bender, and let's queer up the USA view. Kiss on New York City subway ends in violent anti-LGBTQ+ attack. A queer man was slashed in the face on a New York City subway train in what police are investigating as an anti-gay attack. According to the New York Police Department, the incident happened around 7:50 p.m. on January 10th, aboard a southbound number 6 train approaching 23rd Street Station. The 28-year-old victim was riding with his boyfriend when an unknown man allegedly saw the couple kiss. Police say the victim and the suspect became involved in what the NYPD described as a verbal dispute that included anti-gay statements. Moments later, the attacker struck the victim in the face with a sharp object, causing a laceration on the right side. The suspect then exited the train at 23rd Street and Park Avenue and fled on foot. The victim got off at 14th Street, Union Square, and was taken to Bellevue Hospital, where he is expected to recover. The suspect remains at large. The NYPD is urging anyone with information to contact at NYPD Tips or call 1-800-577-TIPS. And I hope they get this guy, whoever it was that slashed this guy in the face, because we as gay people and non-conforming people and any people, that feel as though they're being marginalized, you're taking public transportation. You should be able to ride with the public and not feel like you're taking your life in your own hands. I used to live off the number 6 train. When I first moved to New York, I'm pushing almost 40, but in my early 20s, I needed an inexpensive place to live, and I lived off the number 6 in the Bronx. And it's an express train for part of the day, and then it goes local. And I always felt safe. And I don't know what I would do if I felt as though, it was unsafe and I was still living there. I feel for this person who was brutally attacked.
Violence is never an option. It's never the answer. They could have exchange of words. They could have difference of opinions, but you don't go just, slash somebody. And the guy's a coward. He put a mask on and ran away. You're not a hero. You're a coward, dude. And
although in this day, there's a job that he can get with the government with that same attitude and outfit. I lived uptown, and the one train was my way about, and I never felt unsafe. But you aren't until you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it was all good, but it just has to happen once, and then it's probably in your mind forever. Like the next time he's on a subway will be a huge act of courage for him.
PTSD.
Yes.
And if anybody has any tips, they can call 1-800-577-TIPS or at NYPD Tips. Let's get this guy. Whoever this was, they deserve justice.
And for the politicians who are trying to erase the trans community, who are demonizing the LGBTQ+ community, for the preachers like, no names, but Franklin Fram, that just preach hate, and they dehumanize and demonize and demoralize LGBTQ people. They fuel this. When you make your platform making queer people seem less than human, then you are giving people permission to treat them as if they're less than human. And so there's a lot of blame to go around. This person is solely responsible for what he did, and he has been subliminally encouraged by a lot of people, increasingly just in the last year, because of people who are in power.
I would say not even subliminally. I would say overtly. It's these hate preachers. Unfortunately, they don't have a sign that says "Welcome to the Hate Church." They say this is a loving place, and then all of a sudden, you've been sitting there for a while, and you hear these messages, and it's a horrible thing, and I just wish I wish for justice for both the victim and the perpetrator.
Absolutely. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.